كيف الحال؟ Hope you're okay. Can you hear? Inshallah, you can hear. بإذن الله. تمام. تمام. طيب, let me start the. طيب. I'll start also on Instagram. Sorry for there are sisters try to join, but because it is full yesterday, so the admin told me that they can join the YouTube. So those sisters, maybe now you can tell your friends who could not enter the live stream and Zoom, they can join the YouTube. Also, it is also live in my Instagram, Ahmad AlRomh 1978. AhmadAlRomh 1978. You can see, inshallah, my Instagram. I hope also Instagram. You can hear Instagram. Is it clear? Instagram. The sound is okay in Instagram, please. Or there is no sound in Instagram. Okay, I'll check. Sorry, give me 1 minute to check the Instagram if the sound is okay in Instagram or not. Okay, I'll check. Sorry. تمام. طيب, let's start. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد, إن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله، خير الهدي هدي نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، شر الأمور محدثاتها، كل محدثة بدعة، كل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. Welcome, sisters, in the second class of how to be a good mother. Please, sisters, be patient. Yesterday, mashallah, I noticed the number 990 and almost 1,000. Now it is about 600. Please be patient, because this is one of the points that if you want to be a good mother, you need to be patient. You will not learn everything within one lecture or 10 lectures or 20 lectures. Raising children, upbringing children is a long process. It is a long process. This is also one of the points that we need to be psychologically prepared, sisters. We should be prepared that taking care of the children, or how to be a good mother, you need to be very, very patient to learn, to try. Sometimes, it doesn't work with you, this technique. You need another technique. This is very important, sisters. Right. So this is very important, to be patient, to learn. If you want to study medicine, can you study medicine within 1 or 2 years? You need maybe 6 or 7 years. In Kuwait, you need 7 years to study medicine, to be a doctor. And you will be only a general practitioner. Then you need maybe 5 years to be a surgeon. Another 5 years to be a surgeon for heart. And you need to spend maybe 12 years or 15 years to reach to specialization in your field, in medicine. So to be a good mother, it cannot be within 1 or 2 days. This is very important. Right? So this is one of the points, very important points, sisters, that I like to start with this point, that you need to be very patient. It is raising children, it is long process. It does take only 1 day or 2 days or 1 year or 2 years. It needs years. It needs years. Even many times I tell the brothers and sisters, sometimes now you are grandmother and your daughter will come to you complaining about some issues. So you need to guide your daughter. This is very important. This is very important. Okay. So yesterday, how many points we studied, sisters? Just to feel that you are with me. How many points yesterday? 10, 11, 9. How many points? Okay. Anyone can tell me? Nadia, okay, good, 13. حرية. Okay, جزاكم الله خير. طيب, let's continue. Point number 14. Point number 14. It is very important to have a family meeting to tell them the rules of the family, also to hear from them. This is very important, sisters, to have a family meeting. Of course, what do I mean to have a family meeting? I don't mean to have a room at home and this room only for meetings. طيب, this is يعني sorry, 1 minute. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. طيب. So back to the point that to have a meeting. What do I mean to have a meeting? I don't mean to have a meeting like the companies. You have to have a room at home, and this room to have a table for the meetings, and every week from 10 p.m. until 10:30 p.m. I don't mean like that. يعني maybe after lunch, maybe after dinner, or maybe after العصر صلاة, you are sitting together having the tea, the biscuit, some nuts. Like this kind of meeting, because don't think that to make exactly what you have at work with your family. This is totally wrong. This is totally wrong to do the same at home. You think that I should do the same. What I'm doing at work, I should do it at home with my kids. This is totally wrong. But I mean, you sit together. During the lunch, or maybe after, as I said, after the lunch, you discuss the family issues. Okay, you tell them, and also not only you tell them, it should not be only from one side. You listen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us 2 ears. Why? To listen more. 1 tongue and 2 ears, which means to speak less than, or to hear double than what we say. Right? So it is very important you tell your children, and for sure we are telling them. But what is the problem? We need to hear. We listen. And this is also a very important point, which is when you listen, and this is from the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was going to tell the companions something important, so he told one of the companions, "Istansit nas," let them be silent. So when so you should listen carefully. What do I mean listen carefully? Because now one of the mistakes that my son is coming to me, he wants to tell me something. Okay, Allah, tell me. I am busy with my mobile. I am busy with my book. I am busy with my calculation this is wrong, totally wrong. You should keep that eye contact. You should give him. Keep the eye contact. You listen to him carefully. This is very important, sisters. Are we doing this for our children? Sheikh, they are kids. 3 years old, 4 years old, 7 years old, 10. Their issue is not important. It is not important for us, but it is very important for them. Imagine if your daughter has an issue with her friend in the school. Okay, for you, it is a ridiculous issue. But for your daughter, this is very important. She makes a lot of stress for your daughter. So please, mothers, if you want to be a good mother, listen to your daughters, and your children, boys and girls. So what do I mean to have a meeting for both sides? You tell them and you listen. Okay, you speak about what? You speak about the rules at home. And again, what do I mean? You speak about the rules. List 1, 2, 3, 4. No, not like this. Not like this. You can mention that in a way of a story. You can mention a story from the time of you with your parents. Why? To convey the message for your children. Maybe you did a mistake. It was totally wrong. So now you are telling the story for your children in a way, an indirect way, to convey the message to them. So sit together. This is very important. This is very important, to chat and to speak and also to listen. Number 15. Very important, to agree with your husband. I know this is a big problem. I know, sisters, wallahi, I know this is a big problem, that you are doing very well, but your husband careless. Or sometimes, or maybe, rarely, the husband is very serious or following the rules, and you as a mother, careless. This can happen. But what I notice usually, the mother, mashallah, she's taking care, she's following the rules, but the father not following. But subhanallah, as I said, rarely, Allahu Alam, but maybe, because I think 3 days back, one of the sisters, she said, yeah, my husband, mashallah, he's trying, he's religious, this, but she was blaming herself that she is not catching up with the husband. So what is the point? Both you and your husband to agree on the rules. For example, music haram. Khalas. Junk food is not allowed. Or maybe once a week or once a month. You should agree on that. Because what is the problem now? I tell, for example, I'm a father. I tell my children, no, it is not allowed to drink these soft drinks like Pepsi, Cola, these things. Not allowed. Why? Because of your health. Why? The mother is drinking that. When you go to a restaurant, immediately she will ask for Pepsi, for Cola, for these things. Immediately. Okay, so where is the problem now? The problem now, I am telling the children, don't do that because of your health, and the mother is doing that all the time. So this is a big problem. I'm telling the children, or maybe the mother is telling the children, when you hear the adhan, you should go and you pray. While they find the father careless, he prays after 1 hour, late, he doesn't go to the masjid. So this is very important. Try your best. Try your best, sisters, to agree on the rules. This is very important. And this needs what? This point needs that we should discuss that before. We should discuss that before. Please, sisters, don't write now any question, because I cannot read the questions now, and this can disturb the other sisters. I will give some time, inshallah, for the QA. Sometimes you give immediate rule. We are sitting together. No, it is not allowed to do that. The children will ask your husband, oh, dad, is it okay to do that? Or is it okay to buy this? Or maybe the father will tell you, okay, your husband will tell them, okay. Why? Because you did not agree with that. You did not discuss this issue with the husband. You did not discuss that at all with the husband. So you try your best to prepare all the things before. Of course, there are guidelines. As I said, the salah, the hijab, the music, haram, and smoking's haram, the time of the khalas. These points should be very clear for you, for your husband, for the children. Tamam? So this is very important, sisters, to agree with the husband. This is very important. Number 16. Don't compare. Don't compare. Mushkila, wallahi, this makes a lot of headache. And it will not improve. Subhanallah. Usually it doesn't improve the situation. What do I mean? Don't tell one of your children, why until now you did not pray? Your sister already finished the prayer. Why? Don't compare. We are not the same. Okay, now I'm asking you. For sure, you have sisters, or most of you. Are you the same personality of your sister? For sure not. So the same thing, our children, they are not the same. They are not the same. This is very important. So don't tell your daughter or your son, you should fast this Ramadan, because before 3 years, when your daughter, when your sister, when your brother at the same age, he fasted the whole Ramadan. Wrong. His body is not like her body. Also the time, maybe before 3 years it was winter, now it is summer. Or the day was long, now it is short, or the opposite. So don't at all compare. This is wrong to compare. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us not the same. Every single person is unique. Subhanallah. You notice maybe sometimes one of your children, mashallah, very good in cooking. The other one, he doesn't know anything in cooking. Even he's not good in preparing a cup of tea, while he is very good in something else. Subhanallah. And his study very good. So don't compare. Why? Because what is the meaning when you compare? It means that your children are the same, identical. And this is wrong. This is impossible. And also, you will create a bad feeling toward his brother or sister. When you tell your son, when you tell your daughter, look, your younger sister, your younger son, brother, he did that, he finished that. What will happen? I'm going to hate. He's going to hate his brother or sister. Because of what? Because of you. So please try your best to avoid. Yes, I know, wallahi, sisters, sometimes it is difficult to control ourselves because of anger, but we need to learn that. Inshallah, with time, khalas, you can control yourself. So point number 16, don't compare. Number 17, you should know their personalities. You as a mother, this is your job. And wallahi, your job is a great job. And don't, there is a very bad mistake. Wallahi, I hate this mistake. For example, if there is a sister who's she is sitting at home to take care of the children and the husband, right? But when they, for example, in the school, they ask, what is the job of your father? Wallahi, he's a doctor, he's an engineer. What is the job of your mother? She doesn't have a job. You have the greatest job to take care of the children and the home. This is the best job, wallahi, you can do. As I said, it is worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you should know the personalities of your children. Like, what is the benefit? What is behind that? Okay, when I know the person of my son, the person of my daughter, then you can deal and treat them according to their personalities and their abilities. So listen, the hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, إنك لا تسأل إمارة فإنك ضعيف. Abu Sa'id al-Khudri radiallahu ta'ala came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He wants to be a leader or a minister, to be in charge in some of the one of the places. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, no, you are weak. It doesn't mean weak in his body. No, your personality for that job is weak. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not give him that. Yes, he is a great companion, as a scholar, as a worshipper, no doubt. But to lead an army, to rule one of the Muslim places, no, he's not good for that. Doesn't mean he's a bad Muslim. No, never. He's not a bad Muslim. He's one of the great companions. But for that job, he's not good. He said, sallallahu you are weak. So how the Prophet ﷺ told him that? Because the Prophet ﷺ knows the personalities of his companions. He said in one hadith, Abu Bakr, Arham ummati bi ummati, wa ashudda fi dinillah Umar, wa alam bil halal haram Mu'ad. The Prophet ﷺ gave these points. Abu Bakr, the most merciful person for my ummah. Umar, the most serious one for my ummah. Uthman, ashad wa hayaan, modesty and shyness. Mu'ad Jabal, the most knowledgeable about halal and haram. Look, the Prophet ﷺ was like that. So now the question, sisters, you should think about, after the lecture, or maybe now, you should think about that, about the personality of your children, the first, the second, the third, weak, strong, okay, funny, sad, serious, you know, you should know that. This is very important. Why should I know? Because if you know the personalities, you know the way of your children, then you can feed them accordingly. Number 18. Try your best to convince before forcing them. What do you have here for the iftar? Maybe in India you finish the iftar, صح? You finish the breakfast. Point 13, 14, 15 cannot understand. طيب, let me continue then, inshallah. I will repeat, inshallah, at the end. طيب, so. Try your best to convince before forcing them. What do I mean by that? That to convince your children in doing the things that you want, it will be much helpful for you and for them. For example, I buy the fruits. And also, there is chocolate at home. So I want my children to eat the fruits. I want them to drink honey and not the sugar. I want them, okay, the healthy food. So it is much better that you convince them. You mention studies. Yeah, of course, they are 10 years old, 11 years old. They can understand. And if they are younger, you can make it for them in a simple way. That the fruits will make your body stronger. The fruits will make your immunity good. Your stomach, you'll be okay. You will not suffer the constipation. Why you have constipation? Because you are not eating the fruits. Okay, and maybe you can show them some videos. To love the food, the fruits. It is better than, yalla, no chocolate. You have to eat the fruits. If you don't eat the fruits, no, I will not give you money. I'll take from you the mobiles or the iPad. No picnic today. Let them be convinced. It takes time, sisters. It takes time. Sheikh, how can I convince my son or my daughter, 5 years old, 6 years old, I need to spend maybe half an hour or 20 minutes? Spend that. As I said at the beginning, you need to be patient. And the process of raising children is a very long process. Because the fruits will be, mashallah, valuable. Very nice fruits. Okay, and why I said, yani, that to convince before forcing, because sometimes we need to force. Sometimes we need to force them. Khalas. No, I will not buy Pepsi. Never. Maybe they will shout, will cry, resist. No. Because it is wrong, it is yani, unhealthy, this. At the end, they are not convinced. Khalas, nothing. You drink water. There's a fresh juice. I will not buy Pepsi. I will not buy 7-Up. I will not buy. Khalas. You drink the fresh juice. That's it. And inshallah, with time, bidnillah, it will be okay. And number 19, protect them from punishment of Allah and harmful things. What do I mean to protect them from the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? I mean the sins. Sheikh, still, my daughter, she is 5 years old. My son is 9 years old. What's the problem if he watches the cartoons, music, Tom, Jerry, these things? Still, he's young. No, this is wrong. I should tell them what is haram. You know, Al-Hasan radiallahu ta'ala an, he took one piece of dates, and he put it in his mouth. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, kikh, kikh, which means throw it from your mouth. Why? Because this date from the charity, and charity is not allowed for us. Okay, Hassan, maybe he was 6 years old, 5 years old, something like that. What's the problem to eat a piece of dates? No problem with that. Subhanallah. But the Prophet ﷺ, no, he was teaching him even if he is young. So we need to program them, to make programming for them. This is haram. This is wajib. Allah likes that. Allah doesn't like this. We should keep that with them. And inshallah, with time, khalas, it will be ready. And you know, they mention, yeah, subhanAllah, most of the ideas and the concepts will be before they reach the age of 9 or 8. Subhanallah. Your child will absorb many things at a very young age. Subhanallah. So take the chance, before going to the school, take the chance to feed your child with your concepts, with your beliefs. This is very important. So the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, described that what is the example, me and you? He said this like a man who has a fire in the desert at night. So if you have at night and it is cold and you have a fire, you'll find the insects, the butterflies coming to the fire. Subhanallah, and they are going to burn themselves. And this man will keep the insects away from the fire to protect them. See, he said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I'm doing like that. I'm trying to pull you from al-hujaz, the waste area, to protect you. So we should protect our children from the sin. Don't leave them to do whatever they like because they are kids. No, this is wrong. Let's try to protect them from the sins and also from the unhealthy life. This is very, very important. And also, if you notice your son or your daughter fat, overweight. Why? Because all the time eating, no movement, PlayStation, mobiles and these things. No, you should help him. You should help your daughter. Go and walk. Or you do some exercise at home. Let's teach our children to fast other than Ramadan. Fasting is not only Ramadan, also other than Ramadan, every Monday, every Thursday, every other day. This is very important. Of course, I don't mean that fasting for our health. I mean fasting for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Should be for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But my point is to protect our children from the hellfire. Next point, number 20, when you prohibit, provide alternative. This is also very important. When you tell your children, this is haram, try immediately to provide something halal. No, it is haram or it is not allowed. Maybe sometimes the issue is not about halal, haram, but maybe something unhealthy. So when you tell them no for the soft drinks, okay for the fresh juice, give them the alternative immediately. Make the life easier for them. There is a hadith, a man, this is number 20. Okay, when you prohibit something, provide them an alternative, something else to replace that with something lawful. There is a hadith, a man, not only a hadith, also you find the Quran. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تقولوا راعنا وقولوا انظرنا واسمعوا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told the believers, don't say the word راعنا, oh Allah, take care of us, ولكن قولوا انظرنا واسمعوا. About the same meaning, but the word راعنا, it was used by Jews in a wrong way. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told the believers, don't say this word, and he told us what is the alternative. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to one of the companions, he exchanged for example, 2 kilos of dates, of low quality dates, with 1 kilo of good quality dates. And this is riba. So the Prophet said, no, this is riba, this is riba. Why? Because when you exchange the dates, should be the same amount. Even the quality is different, but it should be the same amount, like gold. So the Prophet ﷺ said, you should sell these 2 kilos of low quality dates, you get the money, then you go and you buy. So he told him what is wrong, and he told him what is the correct way. So let's try, sisters, to give our children an alternative, another way to do another thing, because it will be tough on our children. No, and that's it. But it will be very good when you say no, but you can't do that. Yeah, for example, they say, we want to eat from this restaurant. We want to order food from this restaurant. No. Okay, you have the right to say no. But it will be nice, it will be good if you give them another option. And for example, if they choose a restaurant that because it is not healthy food, so you can offer them another restaurant. Or you can tell them, okay, no for the restaurant today, for the breakfast, but for the suhoor. Or no restaurant, but we'll have a barbecue at home. Try to give them something else. Why? Because subhanAllah, the children will think, my mother always saying no, no, no. She's not saying no and that's it. She's saying no, but for something else, for something better. Number 21, ask them before the punishment. Ask them before the punishment. Sisters, I'm mentioning the point because this is a summarized course, very summarized course. There is a proof story of Hakim Nabi Balta'a. Why? Until now, your daughter did not pray. Why you do not pray? You start to punish. Khalas, I will take the mobile from you. You start to shout. Ask, why you do not pray until now? Maybe she was sleeping. She was tired. Maybe your son has a problem with the water. Maybe he has a problem in the wudu. I mean, maybe your son has a waswas. You know what is waswas? Obsessive convulsive. Maybe he has a problem. He's repeating the wudu 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Maybe like that. So you ask. You know, one of the boys, I think last month, he came to my class last month or the month before, maybe. I forgot, March or February. He's in high school, I think, or grade 11 or grade 12. He has a problem in the wudu. So why your son, until now, he did not pray, or your daughter, because they have problem. They are repeating the wudu many times. So don't jump to punish and shout and blame. You ask, why you did not pray? Why you did not fast? It should be clear for you why your son or your daughter did that mistake. Maybe it was not a mistake. You got the point? Number 22, your rules should be clear for them. Your rules should be clear for them. Please, sisters, don't assume that your children know everything. This is very important. Your children don't know what is inside your mind, what you are thinking about. Your children don't know everything exactly what you need. Right? So you should make your rules very clear for them. How many times in the Quran, sisters, how many times in the Quran you read the word bayyinat, mubin? What's it mean, bayyinat, mubin? Very clear. It means very clear. So our religion is clear. The Prophet ﷺ said, al-halalu bayyin wal-haramu bayyin. What is halal is very clear. What is haram also very clear. Praying on time, wajib. Giving zakah, wajib. Fasting Ramadan, alhamdulillah, these things are clear in Islam. Drinking khamr, haram. Fornication, haram. Clear. Yes, there are issues in in between the gray zone, something like this for some people, for many people. But for the scholars, clear, alhamdulillah. So make the things clear for your children. Because sometimes I shout my child because he's doing something and he doesn't know that it is wrong. He doesn't know. I will tell you, maybe your nephew comes to your home to play with your children. So you'll find your nephew يعني playing a game, video game with music. So you start to shout, why there is a music? You should stop the, reduce the volume. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. Maybe yes, this example for the nephew, but sometimes for our children, sometimes they don't know. So please, sisters, make the life clear for your children. Make the life, what is right and what is wrong, it should be clear for them. Before blaming, before punishment, before anything. It should be clear for your children. Number 23. Oh, sorry. It is now, the time is running very quickly. خلاص, I will stop. Point number 22. Point number 22. Now let's see if you have questions. Bismillah. Rules should be clear. Yes. Explain, ask them for punishment. Yes, what do I mean by explain? You asked them before punishing once. What do I mean? I mean the story of Hatib ibn Abi Balta'a. Okay, Hatib ibn Abi Balta'a, radiyallahu ta'ala, he's one of the companions, one of the great companions. He attended the Battle of Badr. So he did a major mistake. He sent a letter to Quraysh, to Mecca, before Islam, before Mecca becoming a Muslim country. So he sent them disclosing one of the Muslim secrets, which means this is betraying the Muslim Ummah. So the companions, or Umar al-Khattab, said, also, let me kill him because he betrayed us. It is a very serious problem. The Prophet ﷺ started with saying, oh Hatib, why did you make that? Why did you send that letter? So this is what I mean by asking. Okay, so maybe your son, okay, your son, your daughter, they took money from your pocket, from your bag, while you are sleeping. For sure, this is a major mistake. I mean, stealing. This is stealing. But before you start punish, ask your son, why did you take from my bag while I'm sleeping? Maybe he has a reason. Maybe he has a reason. Okay, wallahi, because I don't want to disturb you. He doesn't want to disturb you. So, I mean, the point that you ask, I mean, with your children, everything should be clear. Tamam? But when provide alternative when you stop them from something. Yes. My daughter 10 years old and she wants to become a scientist and wants to research Quran and do da'wah. For that, give guidance. Which college she has to choose? We are in Qatar. She's 10 years old. Wallahi. I will give you the general advice. General advice starts from you. Okay, the general advice starts from you, sister. Like, you need to prepare that. Prepare yourself to prepare your daughter. What do I mean? You should seek knowledge. And of course, it is very important to know the Arabic language. It is wrong to do the research through English. Your daughter should know Arabic. If she wants to study Sharia, it should be in Arabic. I don't agree that you study Sharia in a different language. It should be in Arabic. Okay, maybe you study the first grade, the first level in your language, Urdu, English, whatever your language. But later, if you like to be specialized, you should know Arabic. The Quran in Arabic. This is very important. And from this age, 10 years old, it is very important that you tell your daughter the rules of Islam, the stories of the Prophets, والسلام, the authentic ahadith, and you apply that. This is very important. I mean, to prepare your daughter from now. May Allah bless your daughter. And I know looking at a non-mahram purposefully, is it haram or what? This is out of the topic. It depends on your intention. Well, you are watching the video. Okay, a sheikh is doing a lecture, or maybe someone is speak about something, a doctor. Maybe you are looking just to benefit from the lecture, no problem. But what is the problem? The problem when you use the Instagram and you jump from one Instagram to another Instagram, from one Facebook to another Facebook, to see the man. Wallah, he looks very nice. Looks this Sheikh, his beard, his haircut, his. Okay, you should avoid that. You should be careful. This is fitna. And nowadays, this is fitna. And you know, there are some qari. The problem now, there are some qari. Subhanallah. What they do, they go to the dermatologist to make sure the skin is nice, the beard nice. What is the point? He wants to show himself for women, and the women like to see him. This is the problem. This is fitna nowadays. Please, sisters, try to control yourself. Be careful. Be careful. May Allah protect us. What to do when you found someone? Scold our kids. What? For what they are not. You know, nowadays, you have the school, you have the neighbors, you have the grandfather, the grandmother, the uncle, the khala. Of course, I should be very protective for my children, and I should provide the protection for my children. Of course, I should not tell people, yalla, this is my son, this is my daughter, yalla, you beat, you shout them, khalas, this is like your son. I should not let my children like that. No, I should show them, I am responsible. Okay, I am responsible. I should not give the chance for anyone to discipline my child. But for example, my children in the school, khalas, I give the mission to the school, but for sure, if the school goes beyond the limits, no, I should protect my children. Yeah, for example, if the teacher slap my son or my daughter, no, this is strictly forbidden. Haram to hit the face. So I go there and I speak to the teacher directly. But for example, my son maybe, or my daughter, she was creating troubles and not listening. So maybe the teacher told my son or my daughter, to stay and to go to the principal for 1 hour to sit there, and something acceptable, something. So of course, I should accept that. I respect that. This is needed. This is needed from the whole society to help me and raise my children. How to control teenagers' anger. Wallahi, the concept of teenagers, not in Islam. In Islam, we have childhood, adulthood, khalas. Before puberty, child. After puberty, he's a man or she's a woman. This is in Islam. But nowadays you'll find al-murahaqa, teenagers, murahiqeen, from the age of 12 to 21, something like this, from 12 to 21. Of course, this is not Islamic. I mean, to divide the age according to that, then you act upon that. This is wrong. This is wrong. But generally speaking, we have the prophetic techniques. What do I mean by prophetic techniques? The Prophet ﷺ told us, if you are angry, you say, "A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim." If you are speaking, be silent. If you are standing, sit down. If you are sitting down, you lie down. Follow these techniques with your children. It should be clear with them. And be sure, sisters, inshallah, if you raise your children from childhood according this way, inshallah, they will follow. But what is the problem sometimes? The problem, we get angry very quickly. Or if not me, maybe my husband. I mean your husband. So your son or your daughter following the way of the husband. So follow the prophetic techniques. This is very important. And also, there are ways, maybe there are some books how to control your anger. You think, you speak with your son, your daughter, be careful. If you become angry, maybe you act upon your anger, you can do some mistakes and it will be against you later. May Allah protect them. And always the dua, always. How can we raise our teen age kids in Islamic perspective, although there is a lot of fitna outside community and school. Well, that's why we do like this course, how to prepare a good mother. This is very important. Focus on the akhirah. Akhirah. What is your focus? On the akhirah. I want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect me and my children. I want my children to be good Muslim. I want my child, my son or my daughter to be a good Muslim or a good Muslimah. My target is not, I want my son to be a doctor. I want my daughter to be a doctor. This is the problem. If you're this main target, this is a problem. From now, you have to change to correct your intention. Again, if your target, I want my son, I want my daughter to be a good doctor, a good engineer. This is not enough. I want my son, my daughter to be a good Muslim, a good Muslimah. This is very important, sisters. This is very, very important. How to justify it? Of course, this is also one of the main points. This is one of the main points, to be just with your children. العدل وليس المساواة. Not equal, just. This is very important. How to be just with your children. What do I mean, how to be just with your children, sisters? This is very, very important. Just to give everyone what he needs. For example, you are in the restaurant or you want to order food. You have a child 3 years old, another one 7 years old, another one 15 years old. So to be just is to order like a kid meal for the 3 or 4 years old. And for the boy, maybe he is 15 or 16 years old and mashallah muscle, maybe you order for him 2 meals. This is justice according to the needs. You should not be equal. You order 2 meals for the 15 years old and 2 meals for the kid. This is wrong. This is wrong. Be just with your children and everything. Even in kissing. When you kiss your daughter, kiss your son. When you hug your daughter, hug your son. Sisters, what is the problem if you hug your daughter and she is 17 years old? Okay, a question for you mothers. When was the last time that you hugged your son or your daughter? I know, for some of you, mashallah, maybe every day. But I'm sure also for some of the mothers, they are thinking, what's the problem to hug your daughter? What's the problem if you hug your son? Any problem with that? Don't feel shame or shy to hug and to kiss your son or your daughter. This is very important, subhanallah. After your lecture, you broke. You broke one. Why? My lecture caused a problem. Sorry. Allah musta'an. I hope that my lectures will not create problem. I hope you benefit from my lectures. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make my lectures beneficial. It's allowed to hug 19 years old son. What's the problem with that? What's the problem, sisters, if you hug your son? Or for the father to hug his daughter? Of course, don't understand that the kind of hug like between the husband and wife. I see my daughter, I hug my daughter. I kiss my daughter on her head. Or maybe the mother to hug the son, to kiss him on his head. This just for 2-3 seconds. That's it. No problem with that. If you feel there is a problem, you avoid that. But inshallah, generally there is no problem between the mother and the son. Right? I think I should stop because our time only half an hour. Jazakumullah khair, sisters. I hope that I conveyed a good message for you. I hope that you benefit from my lecture. يعني I'm trying to give you some points. يعني it is very important. يعني also regarding this issue, sisters, the experience is very important. This issue. يعني I mean, this issue is not like the salah. This issue is not like the salah. You pray, يعني you how to pray, how to move your finger. This issue is something practical. You need experience. You need to maybe sometimes to use different techniques. You need to be flexible. This is very important. And also you need to be wise. طيب يعني look, one of the brothers, I think last week he called me, or before 2 weeks, maybe he's listening. He likes to grow his children according to the sunnah. He wants his boy to grow the beard. Of course, all of us, wallah, I like to see my son growing the beard, to be imam, to be hafid. I want to see my daughter niqabi, hijabi, for sure. But the guidance not in my hand. As I said, the son of Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam did not accept Islam. He was kafir. Not only shaving the beard, kafir, he was not Muslim. So he said, my son is shaving the beard. I told him, your son now is 18 years old or 19 years old. What can you do? You beat him? Of course, this is wrong. You take him to the police? Okay. The police, maybe some of them non-Muslims, or most of them shaving the beard, without beard. What to do? I think one of the very important points when you meet like this problem, sisters, that we are not well prepared. What do I mean? The father is busy. 10 years, 15 years, he's busy. After 15 years, he realized that, mashallah, who are you? Are you my son? I remember you were a kid. Now you are taller than me. So the father is outside the home, busy most of the time. And now I want him to follow the sunnah. Your son will not listen from you. He will not listen from you. Subhanallah. Why? Because your son doesn't know who are you. The only thing he knows that you are the source of money. So try to make a good relationship with your children. Allah musta'an. Sorry, sisters. Please, I know there are many questions. There are many questions. You can send your question. Like yesterday, some of the sisters, they send their question to my Instagram. My Instagram, Ahmad AlRomh, AHMAD AlRomh 1978, or to the Telegram or to the WhatsApp, or my YouTube channel. And inshallah, maybe later, I can make a separate video on my Instagram to answer the questions, inshallah, bismillah. And also you can share your experience. This is very important. Well, I will benefit from your experience, no doubt, sisters, because as I said, yani, this field, we need experience. And look how many books, yani, for you, for those who knows Arabic, this is a very, very good, mashallah, author, Dr. Yasser Nasser. 10 messages for the parents. And this book is very important book. This book talks about Abna al-Multazimin, the children of the practicing brothers and sisters. And this book, very sensitive issue. It talks about the sexual education. Of course, it is written by a Sheikh, not by a psychiatrist or psychologist. This is written by a Sheikh. Very sensitive issue, very important issue. This book is written by someone who also will experience in life 10 rules or 10 foundations in raising children. This book, or these two books, this is a well experienced, well famous, well known doctor. He's psychologist, but he's specialized in raising children. MashaAllah, he's doing many courses. Like this book about 200 pages, and this book 270 pages. التربية الإيجابية, the positive education. MashaAllah, He has another book, inshallah. Yani also I took from his books. He has many books. Dr. Mustafa Abu Saad. Dr. Mustafa Abu Saad. He's a Moroccan doctor, but he lives in Kuwait. MashaAllah. From years. Yani inshallah, next time I'll bring his book to mention the points he mentioned in his books, inshallah. Also, this author, 365 points. Muhammad Saeed Mursi, very nice, mashallah. He has also more than one book, Abu Tarbiyah. This book, sisters, written by Sheikh Saeed Al-Qahtani, rahimahullah. You know the author of The Fortress of the Muslim? A small book that all of us know. The Fortress of Muslim, written by Saeed Qahtani. This is the same author. Okay? And he's a sheikh. So he wrote this book. Very nice. This book by Usama Mutawalli. This book talks about mushkilat wa hulul, the problem and solution. Very nice. What do I mean, sisters? Why I'm showing that? Of course, I don't mean that I read all of these books, but no doubt I benefit from these books and also other books. I mean, the issue of raising children is, subhanallah, something huge. You need the experience and you need to learn. Don't stop learning. Maybe this course will be the key, inshallah, and maybe later, maybe after a year, after 2 years, you write a book or you do lectures. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect our children. The main thing, brother, sister, dua. Jazakum Allah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.